Hello,
I
how
am
are
well,
you?
thank you. How are you?
I'm very good. I am very good, thank you. I'm really excited to find out what we're talking about today because I have
Yes,
no idea.
another surprise. Um,
I love a surprise.
so, what I would love to talk about today is the secret world of online communities.
Mm.
And I, yeah,
Ooh,
because I do feel like it's a secret world. So yeah, let's dive straight in. And how have you found the
yeah.
online community world?
Yeah, well, this what a great topic because I think personally it's still we're talking like perhaps just over a year now, but that still feels quite new to me. And I think prior to becoming part of an online community, I feel like I didn't really know that that they
Yes.
existed, and B, what they were and why I would be a part of one or why I would join an online membership. So just to give some context, I suppose would say the first sort of online community I've become a part of, and joined as a member is the FEA, which is the Female Entrepreneur Association, which is an online community full of incredible women all over the world who are obviously in
Hmm.
business and want to build successful businesses. And it's interesting because in these communities and in these places online, these memberships, you find your people. And what I mean by that is you kind of connect with like-minded people who are experiencing the same struggles, the same worries, the same fears, and who are just in the same mindset, I suppose, as
Yeah.
a whole. And it's just nice to be in a space where you're thinking the same, or thinking similarly, and just an immediate support network, in whatever sort of area of your life you're looking to develop or connect on. So for me personally, obviously FEA was from a professional sort of career background. But like obviously like what we do in TAGC, that's from a very personal development perspective. And I suppose I would sort of liken it to, let's say, make a comparison to like a club. Like if I think back in the day, being part of a
Yeah.
club, like I was a brownie, I was a guide, girl
Yeah.
guide. So, and being part of that club, I was surrounded by these young girls that, we were all, learning these things of like getting our
Yeah.
badges and how to be better people and how to help in the world. And that's my like fond memory of like what a club is, and you just feel supported. And so I think, so I don't know if I've answered that very
Yeah.
well. Sorry, but that's kind of my sort of experience of online communities, and what they're there for, and what they
Yeah,
bring.
no, definitely. And I think it's interesting, isn't it? Because, like you say, before having taken that step into FEA, I was in there as well. Well, I still am in there as well. I did not know these places existed. And that's why I think I kind of addressed it as a secret world. Because when you start to, I think we kind of look online, don't we? And social media gets a bit of a bad rap sometimes because it's, can be full of unrealistic things. It can be full of comparison, and it isn't. There are good places to be, and I think if you tailor it right, you can get your social media so it uplifts you rather than knocks you down. But this is like a whole other experience of the online space that I feel so lucky to have found. And yeah, like you say, the Authentic Girls Club is on a personal development and just bringing women together who want to think differently kind of way. And it's just the sessions that we have at the minute. I think it goes to show that actually pushing that comfort zone and seeing who you can meet, like in the world, like, we have members who are all over now, and I love that. Like, I'm like, you wouldn't just, pop across to Europe and meet someone that way. Whereas online you can, and like, you can make so many new friends and hear just different perspectives. You can learn from each other. And it's just so powerful. And sorry, yeah, it's just so powerful. I love it.
It is, and I think back to when I trained and qualified as a coach and NLP practitioner over 15 years ago, and there was nothing like this in the online world. It was very much like physical events. So if I wanted to go out and meet like-minded people that were in the coaching arena or in the personal development field, I would have to go to physical networking events or different groups or different memberships in that way. And if something like what we do in TAGC was available to me back then, oh my word, like that would just have been incredible. Because I remember this thing, I was quite young into this. I think I was 24 maybe, when I started my coaching practice. And it was so different from just what I knew, and it just felt very trying to think of the right word here. It just feels like personal development and personal growth is far more explored and sort of more available and more done. Should we say? I'm not getting the right words here, but I think you get what I'm getting at. But back when I was 24, it just felt like nobody was doing it, and to be doing it so young. I was mixing with a lot of corporate bodies, and there was a lot of professional development, and it was I had to sort of literally hunt high and low to find these networking events with these like-minded people, so that I could feel supported and nurtured, and just have open conversations about, well, I'm experiencing this through my growth, and how are you finding that, and what tool can you share with me for kind of working through this? And I think just on what you've just said about how the virtual world, and I think maybe if this is something that's come as a positive from the pandemic, possibly, because I wasn't very much a virtual person before then. You know, thank the Lord for Zoom and all those kind of applications, that we can literally have conversations with people all over the globe now, and that is just wonderful, because you connect with so many people that you just wouldn't have the opportunity to meet, or may not have the opportunity to meet, like we do through this space. And it's beautiful, isn't it?
It makes you realise.
It just feels like...
it makes you realise just how big the world is. And I think I love that no matter what's going on, or like, the world is big, and humanity and coming together is still there, and that's the place I want to be. Like, when I think back to before having this as like the online communities as like a safe, it's like almost like a safety. Well, we always described it with TAGC that we are at the bottom of your ladder, like supporting you and ready to lift you higher when you want to start climbing the ladder to feeling better, thinking better, feeling better, and living better. And it's that safety net. And before that, I was just in the heaviness of the world, you know, and you can so easily just get consumed in social media, in the news, in all of these things that kind of are tailored viewing, aren't they? When you think all of them are built on algorithms, they're built on how feel this way because this is what we want. Whereas actually joining an online community with real people and having real conversations, it's truthful, it's authentic, it's everything that humanity needs, isn't it, in terms of support?
It's now transferring those clubs onto. It's not to say not have obviously clubs outside of the virtual world. I think it's very very important to interact with people in a physical sense. Absolutely. But it's like having being part of the football team online. You know, you're cheering for each other. If someone's, fell down, you've got a whole team picking you back up and cheering you back on and saying, come on, you can do this, you can do this. And I think for me personally, when I reflect of being part of FEA as an online membership and community, I know that some months I don't necessarily go into the membership and use all the plethora of resources that are available to us in terms of building and developing our businesses. But it's just a really nice reassurance. It's just a really nice background feeling that there's thousands of women in this club, and at any one point I could just tap into that. I can just access that, and I can nip into the private Facebook group and just be like, guys, could somebody help me on this, please? Because I'm struggling. And there's just women all over the world that are there straight at it. Right, Kat, let's work through this. We can help you with this. And it is a bit of a safety net, safety blanket. I think some months where I don't necessarily do the work, but I just know it's there for support and connection as and when I need it, which is
definitely. And like you say, we do need physical as well as virtual. And I think it helps, doesn't it? Having that virtual can even enhance the physical, because you're growing in confidence. You're putting yourself out there into the whole world, rather than sometimes I think, I'm from a small town, and I know that sometimes you can live in a space and just feel like it's just us, it can be quite a small, I don't know. I think that's why I'm so drawn to it, because I'm just like, the world is massive. The world is everybody's oyster. Like, let's go out there and meet each other and show each other kindness, lift each other up, and see where we can all go. So it's been nice to talk about this.
And there's so many of us. Sorry, there's so just one last thing before we wrap. It's just so nice as well to know that you feel less alone. I think, especially in TAGC, with the monthly virtuals that we have, I know at the end of them I definitely feel heard, listened to, supported, understood, and less alone, and that there's women all over the world that are feeling the same feelings and have had or are having the same struggles and the same challenges and frustrations. And that just removes that feeling of isolation, that, it's only me that's going through this. And it's it's a nice
the
feeling.
Virtuals, like you say, just so powerful for that, because like you say, you feel seen, you feel heard, you feel like you're a part of something and you're valued in that space. And I think if you can take that step out of your comfort zone to find the right fit for you in terms of an online community and what it is that you need, it is scary. Like, I remember when I logged on to obviously that first call, and like we said, FEA is a business platform, sorry. And I think the lady said, didn't she, initially, she was like, okay, so we've got 2 minutes to pitch your business. I was like, I don't even have a business yet. Oh my goodness, what am I going to say? And I could have I was hovering over that leave button. And I really was, because I was like, I can't do this. And something made me stay, and that was when I met you. And I logged on.
There you go, you see. Thank you, universe.
And we both were in exactly the same position. And I remember thinking, Charlotte, just say you don't have a business idea. You're here to learn. That's fine. And I was just open and honest. And you were exactly the same. And that was where we were like, oh, ka-ching, I need to meet you some more.
Yeah.
And that's how we met. And God, can you imagine if we hadn't?
Wow, we wouldn't be having this conversation or hosting this podcast, would we? Gosh,
isn't that crazy? And that was one decision to log on to that call that day. And that's why I love waking up with that mindset of, you never know what the day ahead has got in store for you, and be open-minded, push your comfort zone in those little ways that you can, and just welcome it all in. And that sounds very easy to do, and I understand it's not that easy sometimes, but any little push that you can make, you never know what door that's going to open. And it might not open it that day, it could open it in a few days' time or in a few weeks' time. And holding on to that is just quite magical.
Absolutely. It is super. So what's our takeaway, Charlotte, then, for when we think about online communities and online memberships? What's our takeaway from that?
I think I would just encourage anybody, obviously We are very biased because we have TAGC as a membership. We would love to have you in our membership. But I would just encourage anyone just to have a little look at what's out there online, and just whatever need that you feel like you need meeting, whether it's business, whether it's confidence. Obviously, we kind of are a hub of self-development, aren't we? And just see what's out there, and that's a first step, isn't it, I think? And just looking into it more, having a think about it more, and just, yeah, I think that's mine. What's yours?
Yeah, very similar actually. It's not being afraid to just have a look, put yourself out there and see what is going on, and be open to it. And because you never know who you're going to meet. Like, imagine if we didn't join FEA and go on that call and hook up, we just genuinely wouldn't be here right now. So I think if you're looking to meet new people, if you want to feel more connected, there's loads of people out there wanting to do the same. And, you know, we have the beauty of being able to do it in a super safe, non-judgmental and really supportive space. So we are here for you, if that is what you're looking for right now. And if it's not, then there are so many amazing things online right now. So the online space can be used in very, very positive, very, very great ways. So get out there and get looking.
Amazing. And if obviously you were having a little think about TAGC, we are opening in July. That's our next opening, isn't it? So we'll be opening the doors to any new members. So if you make sure you're following us on social media, Instagram is our home, isn't it, really? We say. So we are at the Authentic Girls Club on Instagram. So, thank you so much for listening. And as always, if you enjoyed the show, it would mean the world to us if you leave us a little review or message us and let us know how you're finding it and if it's helping. It really helps us keep going and keep growing ourselves, doesn't it, Kat?
It does indeed. So yes, thank you for today's conversation, and thank you for listening, guys, and we'll
see you soon. Bye.